In Tableau, tiled is like building with Legos. Everything snaps into place. It's structured in a line, but you can only do it where the pegs let you. So if something doesn't fit perfectly, it breaks. Whereas floating is like sticking Post-it notes on a wall. You can put them wherever you want, it's total freedom, and it even allows for overlapping. But it can get messy real fast. So which one should you use? I'll demonstrate the answer in Tableau. In the bottom left corner, you can see there's a tiled and floating option, and this applies to all objects, whether it's a text box, image, container, or worksheet. So when I drag in a worksheet, you'll see it snaps into place and fills the entire dashboard. And that gray box shows exactly where the object will snap into. This is Tableau's way of guiding the layout in tiled mode. And the snapping behavior works with all objects like text boxes for titles. This is what makes tiled layouts so beginner-friendly, because you can build quick, structured dashboards in seconds. And when you drag the divider between two objects, you can see a black line appear. This shows where the object will resize to. And the little arrow icon is Tableau helping you snap everything into perfect alignment as you drag. Another big advantage of tiled is that everything auto-adjusts. So if you remove an object, the rest will shift to fill the space. Or if you add an object, Tableau makes room for it automatically. But that structure also comes with a trade-off, because you lose some flexibility. Like you can't overlap objects, like placing a legend over a map. And if you want to add a filter, it's not going to float over any other elements. Instead, it creates empty space around it, so it can make the layout feel less efficient. Plus, you can't use the Layout tab to manually set exact positions or sizes. You can only adjust by dragging the divider between objects. So tiled is quick and structured and auto-aligns, but you lose flexibility and precise control. If you need more control, that's where floating comes in. To switch an existing element to floating, you can check the box within the Layout tab, or you can select an object, hit the down arrow, and choose floating. To create a floating dashboard, I'll start fresh so you can see how to add new objects as floating. Using the Dashboard tab, just make sure the object type is set to floating in the bottom left. Then drag in an object. This gives us full flexibility because we have the freedom to move objects anywhere we want on the dashboard. And we can even overlap them, like placing the legend over the map. This also lets us overlap visuals on background images, which is something tiled layouts can't do. And using the Layout tab, you can see and adjust the item hierarchy. Like here, the map is behind the legend. You can also change the exact position and size of each object for pixel-perfect precision. For example, I can use the X position of the worksheet to align the legend so they match perfectly. But floating objects aren't responsive to each other. So if I add a new worksheet, the map and legend don't adjust to fill in the space. And that's one reason why floating dashboards can be more time-consuming to build and manage. They also take more time because you have full control over positioning. And this means you have to manually align and size everything yourself. So the general rule is use tiled for structured dashboards and floating for style. But the real magic comes from knowing how to mix them. For example, you can build the main structure like the worksheets and titles using tiled. Then float elements like legends and filters so they can overlap and reduce the empty space. So if you're not sure which one's better to use, it's about what you need. Use floating when you want flexibility and control, and tiled when you want speed and structure.